Hey everyone, I am gonna do some money messages for the month of May and abundance messages for the month of May. I hope everyone's doing well. So I'm going to start with, we're in Taurus, so I'm going to do earth element. If any of you would like to do a reading, I have a text option that is available via my website, which is also the link in bio. And also just thank you to all of you who've booked this past week and the week before. Everyone that's shown up. Hi, how are you doing, Victoria? Everyone that showed up to my workshop last week. So just thankful. So yeah, I'm going to start with earth elements and just kind of do, yay, I'll be on tonight. I'm on my break, so figured get on and pull some cards. So let's see. In terms of earth element, what oracles, ancestors. Ooh. Got a couple things here. So if there's any earth signs who are on here, I got a couple messages. So for some of you, they are wanting you to learn how to develop love, self-love. I was just posting the other week about frequencies, and I'm a Reiki practitioner, and frequencies kind of having that correlation to emotions, but also how we want to attract and bring things in terms of money, jobs, all of those things, and also building those things in relation to our trauma that also affects our energy flow as well. So they want you to build self-love for yourself. That is, when you have self-love, that brings in the people who mirror that same energy towards you. Anybody who asks me about relationship, the first thing I'll say is you need to work on building self-trust and self-love, because once you are able to sit comfortable in those things, you will be able to attract a partner, a person, a job, things in alignment that are also respectful of yourself, because you also respect yourself. So they want you to tap into love and have an appreciation for that. Some of you may feel aligned with something around like counseling, could be advising, could be a coach. Some of you have the gift to be able to listen for perspective, give guidance, and also can see things in a different way. And also when I say counselor, like I always tell people, it's not only relegated just to doing therapeutic. You could be a coach, you could be some sort of like practitioner in that realm. So some of you need to open yourself up to other options outside of what you have. The other piece that many of you need to work with is learning how to advocate for yourself. So that also, energy-wise, I'm also thinking of the throat chakra, but also the crown chakra, because you're thinking about what are some of the things that I need in order for me to, thank you so much for the likes. What are some of the things that I need to be successful? So when you're able to identify what your needs, and that is also part of the self-awareness piece for developing your healing and all of that stuff. When you're able to understand what your needs are, you're better able to advocate for yourself, for your boundaries and all those things. And you're better able to speak up for what you're trying to have. Now also to advocating, that also is about also bringing that belief within self as well. So knowing what you need, talking about it, creating those boundaries, and being firm with it. Those things that I've listed before are really important because for some of you, they want you to get in boss energy. For some of you, they want you to be more as an entrepreneur, something, it could be around counseling, guidance, therapy, like the ones that I mentioned before, but they want you to take destiny in your hands. And so when we work on our self-love, we work on learning our throat chakra, our crown chakra, we're able to better be our own boss because we have those boundaries in front of us and are better able to articulate those things. So for some of you, those jobs may ring true. There may be some other jobs that also in alignment. I'm just going to see if there's any other professions or things that relegate to what you all need to be doing. Thank you all so much for the likes. I hope you are having a good Thursday. Also just cutting the deck, I see the High Priestess. Some of you all know that you need to be doing this type of work, and some of you may be second guessing yourself, and that's why you're not doing the work that you need to be doing, and that also is affecting your abundance. Sometimes when we don't have self-trust, when we've grown up in families where we're not able to articulate and express ourselves, to try things out, take chances, we don't learn how to build our voice. And some of you guys know what you need to do, but you hide it and you're not working in it. So what other messages for earth signs do they need to be doing around abundance? What other messages? What other messages? Yeah, you Queen of Cups, counseling. Some of you are psychic, have psychic gifts that you're not working in, not bringing those into alignment. Some of you, because the cup is kind of closed, some of you have those subconscious things that are blocking you. Hermit mode. You need to go inward, so that will also help you go outward and build this business, this shift in job. A death card here. You're calling for you guys, earth signs, you need to make this season to transform. Spirits, like, it's time. It's time for you. It's time for you to accept what your path is. And if you do that, you have the Justice card here. So things will start to balance itself out. So, yeah. Hold on a second. I'm going to remove somebody. I had to remove someone. Okay, so yeah, earth signs, it's time. You've been on the fence about what type of work you've been doing. Some of you have gifts that you are not working in. So I'm going to load this final version of it on TikTok YouTube for later. But I wanted to see who showed up live. If any of you guys want to do a reading afterwards, I have some options, paid options too. So we're going to do air signs next. Anyone on here an air sign? I'm going to do paid ones for today. Folks want to, or you can do a gift or something like that, and I can do a question. Okay. But right now I'm doing more elements. So we're going to do air signs next. What messages for the month of May for air signs? Oh, you're an air sign. Ah, I am an air sign too. Okay, let's see. Any other ones fall? Okay, I don't know if this is also... Okay. What other messages do you have for air signs? What other messages do you have for air signs? Two more cards, Spirit. Two more cards for air signs. Two more cards for air signs. Okay, so I got 4 cards here, so I'm pulling 4 cards for each. So for some of you air signs, they want you to work on your belief in self. So a lot of this is shadow work. I also think about like the Magician card, like you have all the tools and things within your backpack, you're on the table. But what they want you to do is learn how to embrace those tools that you have. And finding courage in doing that. So some of that is going to be shadow work for some of you need to tap into. The belief is going to be really helpful because some of you need to work on your creative lens. So it is part of the third eye, but also like just in general, they want you to be able to open up, that portal of creativity, because creativity is also a way to bring in higher vibrational energy. When you are able to innovate, you're able to maybe do things that folks haven't done before, maybe things that folks haven't thought about in a different way. And so that would be really, really helpful for you to do that. And the reason why they're wanting you to innovate is because they want you to be a creator. So some of you, like you could be a creator on social media, like having a platform, but you also could be a creator, like for example, developing an app or creating things to solve problems. They want you to recognize like you have ability to find out what the problems are and help people solve them in a unique way. And once you learn how to build those skills, they will also ask you to teach that. So when you're able to learn how to build creativity, tap into all those things, that's when you can also teach others how to build that practice as well. So let's see what other messages they have for air signs around abundance. Hey, hi Kiana. Okay, so other messages for air signs around abundance. So for air signs, hold on a second, I'm gonna get some water. So for air signs, some of you need to make a decision about this path. Some of you know what you need to be doing, and you have been thinking about ways that you can be innovative, but you haven't been allowing yourself to connect with that. So you have Two of Swords. So they're telling you to make a decision, what you're going to do. Maybe it might be releasing something. It could be a job, but they want you to release the thoughts. They want you to communicate, like get your messaging out. If you have an idea, an offering, something that you've been sitting on, quit like holding it, let it go. Because you might have a community of people who would want to utilize your offerings, but they're also telling you that you may want to put these offerings around community or working with others, collaborating with others to continue to push whatever idea that you have in mind. I think it's a creative offering. It could also be around healing as well, because you have cups. But there's also some things, there's swords here, so it definitely could be some sort of like strategy. Like I have a friend who's a career strategist, right? So get those ideas together, innovate, think about your plan, think about what type of backpack of gifts and things that you have that you want to share with collective. So, all right. Does anyone have gifts that they've been sitting on that they haven't been working? And this is a really good time because I know people are going through layoffs and trying to find a job. Some of you are being called to not go back to work and start utilizing the things that you feel like are ordinary. It's not ordinary. So we'll ask Ancestor Spirit around fire signs. What sorts of abundance do they want you guys to tap into for May? So for some of you fire signs, they want you out. I don't know if some of you do party planning or get-togethers or event planning. Some of them want you to be hosting more digital offerings, or providing some sort of digital offering, get together, community gathering. That's a way to bring in money. Something that will help you learn and build confidence is learning how to do the inner work. So for some of you, you may need to prioritize your own wellness. So that might mean doing some meditation work, going to the gym. Like I tell people, if you're in a funk, go to the gym, go work out, go do yoga. That changes your energy and also helps you kind of release the things that you're holding. So they want you to do inner work. They also want you to host or create a digital offering, or it could be a physical offering in a space, or it could be a community gathering. Because the promotion card, the reason why is doing that will also bring in more money for you. So there's stuff around elevating your earnings, getting yourself seen, visible. And also for those of you who are fire signs, I mentioned doing yoga, working out. Some of you need to build a grounding practice within your work because they're asking you to focus. When your energy is scattered, it means like the things that you're trying to attract or bring together have a hard time finding you, or having a hard time placing what you're asking because your energy isn't rested and it's not integrated. So for some of you, you need to do a grounding practice or a meditation practice of some sort. I might start doing my community yoga sessions again online for folks. I've gotten interest from a couple people who are job searching. And when you're in scarcity, sometimes you feel scattered. So they're wanting to do more integrative work to build it back in. Yeah, balance, 2 of Cups. Some of you need to bring balance back in. Shuffle this. Anybody fire signs on here? Is anyone a fire sign? Okay, any other messages for fire signs around abundance for the month of May? Any other messages for fire signs? You guys have 10 of Cups, so you have some success coming in. If you guys do the things that I outlined, you'll have people show up. It's going to be successful. They also want you to bring in creativity around this offering that you're providing, and also celebrate yourself too. Many of you, also the reason why you're having problems focusing, you have the Eight of Swords. So a lot of you feel bound maybe to a job, a situation, or an idea of how you should be and what you should be like. And they're reminding you, Spirit's reminding you that it's your mind that's stuck. Your feet and the other parts of your body are free. You have the ability to move and to shift and change what you need. So, fire signs, you guys have some work to do around event planning, offerings, all that good stuff. I'm going to shuffle these and then we'll go into water signs. For some of you water signs, there may be some new beginning coming in, or you feel like you've been in a new beginning. Hi, Rosen. I know a bunch of water signs who are going through transitions right now. So far, I'm peeking in the deck. You guys are going to have some changes happening. Yeah, if you want to do a paid card, you can. I'm going to finish this collective up, and then I'll do an offering. Or if you want to do like a gift or something like that, that will also work too. You like to have changes. Change is good. Some people are just like really hard at like not being open about change. And that's what keeps you stuck. Things end for a reason. And the more that you can make peace with things ending, the better that you can move forward. So, promotion on your job. I love that. Okay, so for water signs, what things about abundance? You guys are emotional, Rosen, as water signs. That's why you don't like the change. They call them the crabby cancers, is one of my friends calls them. Yeah. Okay, what about abundance for water signs for the month of May? Some of you need to work on your third eye. You need to envision more. You're a Pisces. Some of you need to, drama queen, yeah. Some of you need to envision what's beyond in front of you. Spirit is reminding you that you have more than what's visible, what's there. Some of you have contracts, like karmic contracts, obligations that you haven't been working in. Let me get some water. And that's why some of you are having a new start, is because you haven't followed your karmic contract or your path that you've been in. Some of it is around, they want you to be artistic. Some of you are artists, or if you're not artists, you have some sort of creativity that you're not allowing yourself to utilize. And it's going to bring passive income. Oh, you're artists, Rosen. So this message definitely probably resonates for you. So Rosen, and also all of you, you guys may have creative gifts in a different way. But what they want you to do is, if you have an offering that is creative that you've been thinking about, what they want you to do is see how you can make that offering into a form of passive income. And so, so what I want you to do is maybe break out your journal and, you've been trying to rent your rental property. Yeah. So I think that would be really, really helpful. get your idea what creative offering that you have. Some of it is around like a teaching. You've been working on your comic book. Yeah, I think it could be your comic book, or I've also seen teachers. So some of you may need to like teach an art class. I don't know if you thought about teaching a class. Yeah, I did record Earth. I'll post it on my YouTube. But I'll put like a clip up so you guys see once I post it. But I think I can't remember with Earth signs. I've totally forgot. But Kiana. But for water signs, if you have a art offering like a comic book or something, like take that, see if you can like create like a digital offering for that. Maybe it could be like a comic book page, or you could teach folks about shading or something like that. That would be really, really helpful for you. I think for earth signs, I think I said like some of you need to advocate for yourself. There was some other offering that you guys need to be doing. Don't take my word for it, because after I start doing the cards, I kind of forget. So, so let's see for water signs, what other messages around abundance do you have? I'm going to shuffle this again because that came out earlier. Yeah, some of you need to grow into having a new beginning and being okay with it. It's okay if you need to start new, and a new idea, new job. Okay, let's see. What type of messages? Yeah, some of you have had a tower moment, or if you haven't, you're going to, because you're not fulfilling that karmic contract. So y'all need to accept that what you're doing is no longer in alignment frequency wise, because they want you to be in your Empress energy, which is also creative. They want you to take your project that you've been working on, the ideas you've been sitting on. I think Victoria, if you're on here, like if you're a therapist, like if you haven't put your stuff out, network, they want you to get in your Empress energy, as I call it, the big boss energy. So they want you to birth the idea that you've been sitting on. It's going to bring in abundance, money for you. So this month of May, this is your assignment. Get the thing done. Think about how you need to market it and move forward with it. Put the energy behind it. So some of you have been working too hard, and that's why you're overworking. That's why they're not allowing you to continue in the work that you've been doing, water signs. So they want you up. Entrepreneur, if you are, getting the stuff out that you need to. So I could do, folks want to like send a gift, I could do a paid question. Yeah, go for it, Rosen. Get that comic book out. You do a digital offering, print one, think about how you want to sell it. So if anyone wants to do like a short reading, you could do a gift. And I can pull a card or so. And then I also have, like, if folks want to do like a mini read, I have an offering through my page. I think it's like $22 or $33, and I'll pull for whatever question you have. And if you want specific advice, like steps or things. Yeah, I keep seeing Knight of Cups. A lot of y'all need to like focus, creativity, imagination, quit juggling. So actually, don't say that you're broke, because that also brings negative energy. You're not a broke artist. You are an abundant artist. You just need to find the right platform to let that go. So do your comic book, but like what other types of, think about other types of mediums where you can sell your work. Like, do you have an art broker? You could sell larger pieces, like get creative with it. So it's really about finding the niche, the place for your work to thrive and to go for it. So yeah. So if anyone doesn't have any questions, I will be back on Sunday. I'll be doing, oh, thank you so much. I'll be back on Sunday. I should be back on around either 3 or 4 p.m. Ph.D. time. I'm going to do like a question about like what 3 things like you can do specifically for May. Giving like some step advice. And then we can kind of go from there. So I'm glad this is helpful for some of you. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Have a great day, y'all.